All right, welcome back to it. Glad you're along for the conversation. It's the Steve Gruber Show, the foxhole of freedom, right there on the south lawn of the White House this week. Fighting for you every step of the way. It's what we do. Every step of the way, fighting for freedom and having access once again to the White House. Very nice. Three big things you need to know this hour. Number one, a lot of you are angry. A lot of you are angry because nothing's been done with Doge. We'll talk about that. Number two, a watchdog group finds that Joe Biden had no idea what the executive orders were or what he was signing. I believe that. And number three, I find this pretty interesting. I'm going to be in with Caroline Levitt has a briefing today about 1 o'clock. I'll be there, of course. Maybe I'll get a question. Maybe I won't. We'll see how that plays out. But it always depends. Sometimes you get a question. Sometimes you don't. I'm going to be at the White House a lot more going forward, as I will have what they call a hard pass beginning next week. And I'll be filling in for Brian Glenn of Real America's Voice. I'm also going to be filling in for Amanda Head from Just the News. So whenever those two are out on vacation or need something or a day off, I'm going to come to Washington and fill for them. That's the plan going forward, which I'm kind of excited about. All right. But yesterday, and this is how this works. I'll give you some inside baseball here. How about that? The way it works is you have a pool camera every day, and that's usually one of the major networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, one of those, CNN sometimes. And then you have a secondary pool. Sometimes that's Real America's Voice, but not too often. So the pool camera and their group always goes in, and then there's a group of people that can go in. Not everybody gets in every day. I didn't make it in yesterday. If something happened in the Oval Office today, I might make it in. It just depends on the day. And so there's always a pool feed. So the networks are never shut out. We always have access to the pool feed. That's the whole point of it. You have a pool camera that can provide all the material and the questions and so forth, but your reporter may or may not make it into the room on some days, and that's kind of the way this has been working. So yesterday, President Trump has an event and swears in Judge Jeanine Pirro, right, to be a prosecutor, a federal prosecutor, and she's sworn in by Pam Bondi, but he steps up, he takes a few questions. And one of the questions he took has to do with the people convicted of allegedly trying to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer here a few years ago. You've, of course, heard this whole story. The FBI, a lot of people say it was a setup. Folks that defended these folks said it was a setup. They got drunk. They said stupid things. Well, here's what Donald Trump said about it yesterday in the Oval Office. Listen.
Go ahead, please.
Will you pardon the people who are accused of conspiring to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer?
I'm going to look at it. I will take a look at it. It's been brought to my attention. I did watch the trial. It looked to me like somewhat of a railroad job. I'll be honest with you. It looked to me like some people said some stupid things. You know, they were drinking, and I think they said stupid things. But I'll take a look at that. And a lot of people are asking me that question from both sides, actually. A lot of people think they got railroaded. A lot of people think they got railroaded. And probably some people don't. One more. Go ahead.
Entrapment. You know, a lot of people think that they were entrapped. Yes, they got drunk. They said stupid things. You know, oh, we're going to do this anyhow. He's looking at it. I did ask the Great Lakes Justice Center yesterday about the 15 alternate Electoral College voters that are still being pursued and charged for allegedly breaking the law for presenting an alternate slate of electors back in 2020. Most of these people are in their 70s and 80s, never committed a crime in their life, and yet they're being pursued by the Attorney General, Dana Nessel. They cannot be taken out of harm's way by the president in that particular case. Also, by the way, in the Oval Office yesterday, Donald Trump was asked about Israel. And has he told Israel, and I've talked about this, and I brought this up, and so I'm glad the question was asked because I've been talking about this for a week, saying Israel's probably being told, do not attack Iran right now. Do not. We're making progress on talks to get rid of their nuclear arsenal, to make sure they don't have nuclear weapons. We're making progress. Do not attack them right now. The question came up in the Oval Office yesterday. Here's what he said.
Iran, did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking some sort of actions that could disrupt the talks there in a phone call last week?
Well, I'd like to be honest. Yes, I did. Next question, please.
Jumping back on sanctions.
I did, yeah.
If Senate Republicans want to push
It's not a warning. I said I don't think it's appropriate.
What exactly did you tell him? Did
I
you
just
caution
said
him?
I don't think it's appropriate. We're having very good discussions with him, and I said I don't think it's appropriate right now. Because if we can settle it with a very strong document, very strong, with inspections and no trust. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. So no trust. I want it very strong where we can go in with inspectors. We can take whatever we want. We can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed. We can blow up a lab, but nobody's going to be in the lab, as opposed to everybody being in the lab and blowing it up, right? Two ways of doing it. Yeah, I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution. Now, that could change at any moment, could change with a phone call. But right now, I think they want to make a deal, and if we can make a deal, save a lot of lives.
Make a deal, save a lot of lives. The warning is there to Iran. The warning is clear to Iran. You need to abandon your nuclear arsenal. You need to get rid of that nuclear arsenal and join the League of Civilized Nations. You're never going to be allowed to have nuclear weapons, Iran. Never. Donald Trump has been clear about that for some time. By the way, speaking of that, Donald Trump has been saying that Joe Biden was not up to the job, and a lot of questions about the auto pen. Well, a watchdog group has also come to the same conclusion. Power of the Future is a nonprofit watchdog group that watches the energy industry, and they're reviewing and renewing a call for an investigation because they say Joe Biden has his name by way of auto pen on a whole host of executive orders and actions and memos that he was not aware of. That he was not aware of. You see, the auto pen is legal if the person whose signature is being simulated authorizes that signature, consents to that signature. I would argue Joe Biden couldn't consent to anything. The Robert Hur report made clear he is an elderly man with a poor memory. I think it was far worse than that, by the way. Far worse. He was an elderly man with dementia, is what I really believe. We'll let you know how that plays out as we go forward. This part of the program brought to you by my good friends at My Pure Health Solutions. It's a weight loss plan that does not include pharmaceuticals. It's a weight loss plan that is a custom plan for you. It's a weight loss plan that relies on real food and the cycles and frequencies of your body. The weight loss plan for you would be different than the weight loss plan for me. I did it 7 years ago. It worked fabulously. And now you can try it. You can lose 20 to 50 pounds in 40 days. No exercise needed. And right now, my listeners save $200 off the package. So now is the time to sign up. Get ready for summer anywhere in America. Anywhere. Don't have to visit the office. Go to gruberhealth.com. gruberhealth.com and get started on a weight loss journey that's real, not created by pharmaceuticals. I'll be right back.